The best in poker news, entertainment, and more. This is the Mark Hoke Show.
All right, everybody, how are we doing? Back on MarkHokeShow.com after a day on KLAV. And of course, I want to thank Mark Herm for being on the show yesterday. Had a great time with him and learned a lot. Learned that F-Tops doesn't mean a whole lot, at least according to him. But I'm sure there's a lot of people that would certainly like to be an F-Tops champ. That is for sure. But hey, we are live here and at the Seminole Hard Rock World Poker Tour, usually abbreviated WPT, as some of you kids might know, here at the WPT Lucky Arts Poker Open here in Hollywood, Florida, and it is main event time, everybody. That's right, the big dogs are out to hunt now, as they will be trying to chase down part of this $3 million guaranteed prize pool. That's a lot of money, kids, and certainly, of course, the Champions Cup, everything else that comes along with being a WPT champion, and we're going to be trying to crown a new one here by the time this is all over next week. But we start off day 1A here at the Seminole Hard Rock, and it has already been a good one. We'll get you up to date on who's here, what's going on, a couple of big hands already, wild stuff happening here at the Seminole Hard Rock. Oh, my goodness, but I'll tell you what, last night, we had a party going on in here. Oh, baby, we are going to talk about Event 15 as Matt Stout claims that title, his first championship since 2009. Ryan Lucchese is here, too. I think Ryan wants to come on the show. I can just tell. I can tell he's dying to do it. Look at him. Look at that focus. It's laser-like. Of course, follow along on the blog, shrpo.com. Of course, Twitter, shrpo. Follow. Don't be silly, man. You got to see what's going on down here. All these great series year-round. So make sure you follow them on Twitter, shrpo. Hashtag is shrpo as well. It's all shrpo. shrpo. I'm tempted to draw it on the screen just for fun. But really, it's just been a sensational time down here. We're going to go through all of what's been going on. Lucchese's got 30 seconds. Don't you? You have 30 seconds, don't you? He's going to load pictures. Okay, he's going to load cool pictures. And then America's tallest, sexiest poker guy. Well, we'll go with tallest and leave it at that. Because I'm darn cute. Lucchese's got his crowd. I've got mine. But, of course, I show up and one of the Royal Flush girls is like, hey, what's up? He shows up and they're like, oh, Ryan, I didn't know you were going to be here, Ryan. This is the kind of crap I've been dealing with all my life. Can you tell I have issues with tall guys? I coach volleyball, too. That's the worst part. They get all the girls. It's unreal.
Tall girls like tall guys.
Yeah. Well, tall girls like me, too.
There you go. I say your wife.
My wife's 5'11".
Your wife's taller than my wife.
Wow. Lucchese pulled that ball on me. Holy buckets. He said his wife is older than my wife. That might be good.
I said your wife's taller.
Oh, taller. Oh, I thought you said older. How old is your wife?
She's just 3 months older than me. 32.
Your wife is older than my wife. So even better. That's amazing what being grounded in reality happens sometimes. Let's take a look at... Oh, God. Well, Lucchese is going to come on here in a couple minutes. And we got an all-star cast of the kids here from the WPT here, too. BJ Nemeth is here, which means when BJ comes on, I won't have to say anything for about an hour. That's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to that. Mickey Doff down the hallway, too. All these great superstars. Well, whenever. I'm on right now. I mean, do you think I'm talking to a microphone to look cute? Well. Yeah, whenever. Yeah. Sounds like BJ is going to come down, and great. That's gonna kill the show right there. I won't need it. I won't need a guest for the rest of the week. It's good to see these guys. A great group of people here at Seminole Hard Rock. But once again, let's go back, and I want to talk about Event 15, and then we'll take a look at what else is going on down here at Seminole Hard Rock. It has just been an amazing tournament series, some unbelievable performances, but man, did last night just take it off the hook. Matt Stout winning event number 15 as he beats Jason Mercier heads up in what turned out to be one of the great duels we may ever see down here, with a four-handed group of just, wow. Mercier, Stout, Darryl Fish, and Shannon Shore all duking it out here last night over 3 hours. Somehow those guys thought it was 4, but it was only 3. The legend's growing already. But they went 3 hours four-handed last night. And, of course, also on a final table there was Steven Pinta, and Cliff Goldkind got in on that party too. And Ori Hen, who has probably been the most dominant player in this series here at Seminole Hard Rock and Lucky Hearts Poker Open, made the unofficial final table. So it was really a fantastic battle last night. Stout managed to take the chip lead going into that final table, and then the war started once they got down to 4. Stout ends up with a pretty big chip lead over the other 3, and then finally the dam burst after a few hours, where we saw Shore go down. Not a big hand on that one. Was even like a king 8 if I remember correctly. But then Fish had jacks cracked by Stout, and it went down to he and Mercier, who played heads up for about an hour. Jason was way behind on that. I think Matt was up about a hair over $1 million to about 118,000. Mercier did double up, and it was very interesting. Matt really had on his mind and tweeted out about the recent loss of the World Series to Martin Finger, who he had a huge lead on and it got away. But last night, Stout managed to respond after an ace-10 went off. He had ace-10 against ace-9 of Mercier, and Mercier hit a 9 on the turn, which doubled him up, and that may have frazzled a lot of players, but Matt managed to hang in there and get it done. And speaking of hanging, there he is. The legend Al Can't Hang, sneaking a dance in there. Al, can you dance some more for everybody? See, he won't do it if I ask him to do it. Oh, there he goes. I can't dance. I can't. We were just having fun, and I'm a little loopy because I was up till 5 a.m. So this could be a quality entertainment show right here. But yeah, so Stout managed to overcome the rough beat and put Mercier away late as he hit a nut flush on turn a little while later, and Matt Stout. It's unbelievable when you think about that Matt had not won a live tournament since May 20th of 2009. As talented as he is, no wins for him in 5 years. But Stout finally breaks that cold spell and wins this Event 15 championship last night. Picks up around $53,000. Pretty impressive run for him. And overcomes just what was an outstanding field of players yesterday. Probably one of the best that I've seen in a preliminary event. It was a $2,200 buy-in. But the star level in that event was unbelievable. And it goes to Matt Stout. So big congratulations to Matt winning that tournament last night. We do have some other winners. We had a few more tournaments other than that one going on. So let's take a minute and recognize everybody as we get started into this main event here in the Lucky Heart WPT Lucky Hearts Poker Open. Event 1, that opening event with the $1 million guarantee, goes to Evan Tettelbaum. Tettelbaum beat a pretty good group of players too, as he knocks off Stuart Newman, Jason Wandling, Al Gomez, Harvey Friedman, and Pasquale Chiesa to win that title. TJ Schulman finishing 10th in that event, and so a nice win for Evan Tettelbaum as he puts $174,010 into his pocket on that one. Omaha 8 tournament, event number 2, and that one goes to Robert Campbell, who won his 11th Omaha championship. The guy just finds ways to win these tournaments. Campbell winning $4,372 on that one. Beats Don Todd, a pretty good player in his own right. Cameron Reed finishing third. Robert left fourth. Charles Wells in fifth place in that one. And a couple ladies made that final table too, Mary Plant and Anita Pearl. So the women have done an outstanding job here in this one, to say the least. We've been seeing a lot of them at the final table. And speaking of those ladies, event number 3, the ladies tournament goes to the perky one, Catherine Storms. Ryan remembers Catherine Storms very well, I'm sure. How could you forget her? Storms winning the ladies title as she beats Patricia Cahilo. They had a monstrous three-handed battle for a long time. But Storms, and a lot of drinking on that one. Lemon drops being thrown around and trash can basketball. It was one of the more fun ladies events I've ever seen. Catherine could have dialed it down about 3 notches and still been pretty excited. But it was fun. Catherine Storms winning event number 3. Event number 4, we had a little $350 horse tournament going on. And title goes to Benjamin Matthews. Matthews out of Portland, Maine. Winning that one. Beats off Martin Rastikoven out of Tamarack, Florida. Followed by Michael Clementi, Elon Donald, and Ronald Bigelow. So Benjamin Matthews winning event number 4, the horse tournament. Event number 5, we had a little $250 or $25,000 guaranteed big stack semi-turbo no limit hold'em going on there, and that one goes to Oscar Lindo. Lindo beats Robert Mello, Armando Gutierrez, Joseph Squires, Bryce McVeigh, who's had a pretty good couple of pretty good runs in this series. Jeff Santinoff finishing in 6th place. Gil Morgenstern finishing in 9th place in that one. Event number 6, 8-handed no limit hold'em freeze out tournament. That was a $1,650 buy-in on that. And Zach Goodman, one of the better players here, comes up big in that one, knocks off Victor Figueroa to win that one. Sam Panzica finishing 3rd, Michael Locke finishing 4th, Justin Swilling, Abby Daniels, Michael Masella, Zoltan Zinkota in 8th place in that one. We go down to event number 7. That was a $350 deep stack no limit hold, and we had an all-star table on that one as well. More of the Florida all-stars, but for everybody around here that in the know, this was an outstanding group of players that hit this final table as well. Alan Beeler wins another title. He, of course, won an event at the last series in the Rock and Roll Poker Open that we were just at. Beeler winning that one over David Klein, who finishes 2nd. The ever-volatile Georges Boyadjian finishing 3rd, and he had a couple of nightmarish moments here at this series, or in that tournament. He ends up finishing in 3rd place. Nigel Murray, who right now, last check, was leading the Player of the Year series for the Seminole Hard Rocks, finishes 4th. Ori Hen, who has now reached officially 3 final tables, technically 4, because he did finish 7th yesterday in that event number 15. Hen finishing 5th. Stuart Patterson finishes 6th. Patrick Hughes in 7th. Hollander Priap in 8th, and Bryce McVeigh in 9th. And that was a $64,000 win for Beeler, who actually got first place money despite a chop. But a nice win there, and that was a fun one to watch while it lasted. Event number 8. On Monday, we had ourselves a little Pot Limit Omaha 8 tournament as well, which I would have won if I'd have played it. I think Ryan Lucchese would agree with that. That tournament would have been mine, well, except for the fact that it was Bruce McGregor. McGregor, of course, who was the seniors champion here at the last series in the Rock and Roll Poker Open, wins this one. So he goes back-to-back series with a title. He beats Andrew Donovan, followed by Nick Gelsomino, Mark Sichelli, David Palmer, Joseph Padalano also in there as well. And was a pretty interesting finish to that one. We had a big chop, 9 ways actually on that one. Officially 6 got paid, but it was a 9-way chop to close the tournament out as McGregor just had that big of a lead, and everybody said, "Now it's time to hang it up." So Bruce McGregor takes that one down, winning event number 8. Event number 9. This is another one I could have won too. I'll call this the Grumpy Old Men Open. The Omaha 8 Stud 8 tournament. And another local favorite here, Ronald Winklevoss. Your winner on that one. He takes down $409 there. Beats Scott Sharp, Oscar Santana, and Steven DiArgenio to win that one. So Wink coming up big and winning himself a title here at the Seminole Hard Rock in event number 9. Event number 10, and what a wild affair this was. 1,335 entries in the $150 re-entry tournament, and won by a great kid, Pierre Rodriguez. Came up big in that as things got rolling a little late. Had a couple of chop attempts that didn't go through. Both players who turned down the chops got eliminated, and they've got down to 4 and decided, hey, you know what, it's time to stop. And Rodriguez had just managed to eke out the chip lead and wins that tournament, beating Azalea Prosper, Matt Friendly, Jason Elin. John Fiore out of Raleigh, North Carolina, finishing 5th. Tavares Jackson in 6th. Everett Gilmore 7th, Steve Anderson 8th, and a couple of ladies, Lois Bovit, and Anastasia Igorova finishing 9th and 10th in that one. So a great field, 1,335 players. But goes to Pierre Rodriguez. The WPT Deep Stacks tournament came to town, and of course Lawrence White, your winner there. White ended up taking down a little bit of a deal on that one, and Ori Hen finishing 2nd in that. White wins $103,709. Hen $61,459, and then we had Claudio Piedro Buena, $40,333. Nick Pupillo finishing 4th. Stephen Diamantis in 5th. Carlos Loving in 6th. Brett Bader finishing 7th. Corey Ferguson in 8th. And Stuart Greenbaum finishing 9th in that Deep Stacks $1,100 buy-in tournament. Seniors. I know Ryan had fun covering this tournament. He was dying on this one. It was, he could not contain himself. Douglas Hartwick, your winner, out of Willowdale, Ontario. $9,123 for the win. Errol Rosen finishing 2nd. Larry Clur is a force in any tournament around here, finishing 3rd. Ori Hen, another final table, finishes 4th. Scott Efron finishing in 5th. And Scott had a deep run in that event 15 here. And then Mark Duguay, Henry Buitrago, Ed Turner, and Paul Darpino also reaching that seniors event final table. Event number 14. Boy, I'm already through almost all the events. I am moving quick here. And I had no caffeine whatsoever. Giovanni Rodriguez ends up winning that one, and a pretty good final table on that one too. Pasquale Caeza finishing 2nd. Herbert Woodbury finishing 3rd. Yigal Hen, Ori's brother, finishing 4th in that one. Joe Calderon in 5th. Ira Schwartz in 6th. Barry Hutter in 7th. And Matt Stout also made that final table, finishes 8th. So actually Stout going back-to-back final tables in this one too, as he ends up rolling up in event number 14. And then, of course, we mentioned event 15, the All-Star Group. Matt Stout winning that one. Jason Mercier 2nd. Darryl Fish in 3rd. Shannon Shore in 4th. Stephen Pinta in 5th. And Cliff Goldkind finishing 6th. So there's your wrap-up from what's going on in this series so far at the Seminole Hard Rock. We do have a few other events going on coming up other than the main event, and we do want to make sure we mention those before we hit our break. Main event, of course, going on 3 starting days today, tomorrow, and Saturday. So come on down and take your shot at this $3 million prize pool. Then on Sunday, we got a $350 no-limit hold'em re-entry tournament, $50,000 guarantee on that one, followed by the $1,650 Purple Bowl Chip Bounty no-limit hold'em re-entry tournament, which is always kind of the secondary event for the big pros who don't continue on in the main event. So that's a fantastic field. $150,000 guaranteed on that one. Sunday, we have another, I almost said it, we got a $150 no-limit hold'em tournament, $50,000 guaranteed on that. 2 starting days, Sunday, Monday, the day 2 on Tuesday. Monday, coming back on the 9th, we have a $570 pot limit Omaha re-entry tournament, $30,000 guaranteed there. And then to wrap this up next Tuesday, other than the main, we've got a $250 no limit hold'em re-entry tournament, $30,000 guaranteed on the board on that one. So that's where things are right now at Seminole Hard Rock. But we're going to get into the main event and a whole lot more as the troops are over here banging away. I'm going to be joining them in a little bit on shrpo.com. Ryan gave me one of these. I didn't know what that was.
Thumbs up. I'm ready to jump in if you need me.
Oh, okay. Well, let's take a commercial break and then I'll come back.
All right.
We'll have Ryan Lucchese join us. All the girls love him. All the guys hate him. Let's take a step back, and we'll be right back here live from the Seminole Hard Rock WPT Lucky Hearts Poker Open. Stick around. We'll be right back.
The poker action never stops at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. We have millions of reasons for you to be a part of our annual Seminole Hard Rock Lucky Hearts Poker Open, January 22nd through February 11th, 2015. Time to go all in. Opening event starts January 22nd with a $1 million guaranteed prize pool. Play in any of the events leading up to the championship at the premier poker destination. The Seminole Hard Rock Lucky Hearts Poker Open Championship begins February 5th through 11th with a guaranteed prize pool of $3 million. The final table of the championship will be live streamed by World Poker Tour and is a main event tour stop. Visit shrpo.com or the Poker Room for registration and details. Only at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Hollywood. Must be 21 to play slots and table games and at least 18 to play live poker. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hi everyone, Mark here. If you're a poker player like me and looking for something different and exciting to play, you should give open-faced Chinese poker a shot. It has just the right mix of skill, luck, plus a huge dose of the fun factor we're all looking for. There's a reason open-faced Chinese poker has everyone from the recreational player to the top pros hooked on its thrills, action, and unique social interactions you won't find in Hold'em. An incredible game like this has got to be worth checking out. And it's easy to learn, especially by using the ABC Chinese Poker app. Download the ABC Chinese Poker app on iTunes today and find out what everyone's talking about. And if you have questions about the game, tweet at ABC Chinese Poker and they'll be glad to help you along. So join the open-faced Chinese poker community today with the ABC Chinese Poker app and we'll see you at the tables.
Join us for Zen Poker Mentoring's debut poker coaching event featuring poker superstar instructors Brian Rast and Vanessa Russo, plus poker reporter turned poker pro Christy Arnett. For unique poker mentoring you'll be able to use on and off the field. The event will be held February 21st and 22nd at the spectacular Meet Las Vegas Event Center across from the D Las Vegas Hotel and Casino, downtown. The first 15 people to register get a free 2-night stay at the D. Not to mention, Zen Poker Mentoring is giving away a $565 seat for the newest and most exciting event in poker, the Colossus. For more information, visit ZenPokerMentoring.com and sign up for this one-of-a-kind event today. There's nothing better than sitting down to play poker with good friends and cutting loose. And that's what you're going to find when you tune in to Poker Night in America. Poker Night in America is revolutionizing televised poker in a big way. With all the action you love and the hilarious fun you've been missing. Come take a seat at the table with all your favorite players, old and new, with Poker Night in America. Mondays, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on CBS Sports Network. And don't forget to visit the show online at PokerNight.com. So pull up a chair and join us Mondays on Poker Night in America.
I'm Dutch Boyd, two-time WSOP bracelet winner, and I want to share my story with you. 12 years as a pro has taught me a lot. For the last year, I've boiled it all down into a tell-all book, 90,000 words. In Poker Tilt, I take you on my journey through all the ups and downs that poker has to offer, all the manic highs and hellish lows of every bad beat and lucky draw. So go to www.pokertilt.com to read more, or just go buy the new book on Amazon or Kindle right now, pokertilt.com. I guarantee you'll enjoy the ride.
PokerShop.com is your one-stop shop for all your poker and game room needs. PokerShop.com has you covered with an incredible variety of poker chips and supplies, top quality playing cards, plus gaming tables and room accessories, just like you'd find in your favorite casino. And if you're looking to spruce up your man cave, we offer a wide selection of decor options, from lighting to mirrors and portable bars to bub stools, to make your game room the one all your friends and family will be talking about. So for everything you need to make your game night a great night, go to www.pokershop.com and receive 10% off your purchase with the code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You supply your friends. We supply everything else. Live it. Love it. PokerShop.com.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
This is The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
And we are back live here at the Seminole Hard Rock WPT Lucky Hearts Poker Open. That's right, I'm riding on adrenaline for a couple more hours, and then the crash is going to come. It's there, I can feel it. I'm teetering on the edge right now. Lean in there a little bit more.
Luck was going to catch up with you at some point here. It did last night.
I had to work a little later last night. I got a late start, though, so what?
Yeah,
It wasn't bad. Ryan Lucchese joined us here. Luke Crazy, as the kids like to call him.
It's word on the street.
So they say. Well, this has been an unbelievable series so far. I wonder, let's go back and take a quick look at some of the events that took place. You covered a lot of them and wrapped up a lot of final tables. What are some of the big moments for you other than last night?
Last night was definitely the best final table, and I mean, for a prelim of any tournament series, that final table last night stands out. I mean, just during the play down, it was just like, how do we have all these guys still in the mix? But I mean, it's because a lot of them are from the area. I mean, Jason and Daryl both live down here. Stout travels the tournament circuit as much as anybody, so yeah, it was a really great mix of players. So that definitely stands out. The performance of Ori Hin so far stands out. It seems like every other table I cover, he is either at it or making a deep run in the event leading up to it. So he's probably been my player of the series just that I've seen on my shifts. The ladies event definitely stood out just for the fun factor with Natasha Barber and Catherine Storm. She was quite a storm.
She's a spitfire, isn't she? That's a good way. Yeah.
The Hurricane Catherine rolled through for sure. Probably one of the more interesting winner interviews I've ever done of any final table I've covered. I think she was quite a few drinks in at the time, but she was in
the bag. Let's just admit it.
She was it was not part and parcel. That's for sure. Then other than that, the Deep Stacks event stands out as one of the biggest prelims up until this point, and then obviously today we have the WPT, so the poker world has come to us now, I guess would be the best way to put it. So
yeah, now you've been out on the floor. I haven't got a chance to get out there yet.
I did a pass for pictures. Chino Ream would probably be one of the guys that we haven't seen so far, and he's here today. Muko Pahuja definitely jumped in. Jonathan Duhamel is down from Canada, but I mean, he'd played a couple prelims up to this point, but that's a guy that's never been to this property at all before. So good to see new people trying to see what Seminole Hard Rock's all about. So
yeah, I thought that was interesting because when Jonathan played that 2200 event and busted out, but when I interviewed him, and it was stunning to hear that he had never made the trip down here. For all the traveling that he's done, you would have thought he'd have been here at some point. But first time down, and he seemed pretty happy about it.
Yeah, he seems to like it. Well, coming from Montreal, the weather right there is, I doubt it's higher than double digits. So you come here and it's between 70 and 80 the whole time. So even on a stormy day like today, it's still probably 70 degrees outside. And I talked to him when I was walking around. he's actually flying straight to Fallsview for the WPT event up in Niagara right after this, and I'm doing that same trip myself. So we talked about we're going from board shorts to beanies and gloves and winter jackets. So
Well, why don't you guys just go over the falls together? Now that would be a good
might
video.
as well. We could have a little barrel race
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
over the falls.
I think he might let you win. That's what I'd
Yeah.
do. I'd say let's do it, then I'd let you win and pull up.
That might be one of those prop bets that they don't allow the reporters to do, that because they know once it gets to 5 digits, we might just go for it.
Yeah. Could you imagine going over that falls in a barrel?
Definitely not in the winter time.
What were they thinking back then?
Yeah.
You know, it's like
I think it's outlawed at this point. I think if
Oh,
you
yeah,
were to
just
do
a
it and
tad.
survive, you'd have some Mounties waiting for you down the river at that point.
I think you'd have to shift over to the American side. I'd kind of try to float that
Yes,
way. I'd rather be
I-
on the American side.
I actually plan on walking across the border from the Canadian to the American, because I've seen the falls from the Canadian side a couple times, but this time I'll walk over.
There you go.
Good choice doing it in February.
Yeah, you've worked that out well. So tell everybody a little bit, Ryan. About what it's like to be down here at Seminole Hard Rock. I mean, this place. There's just something really special about it, and it's more than just a place to come play poker. It really is a destination down here, isn't it?
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes you when you're trapped at a property kind of away from the town, it's a detriment, but here it's almost an advantage. A lot of people just come here to have fun anyway, so being trapped here isn't being trapped at all. You're where you want to be. There are really no other properties on the entire tour where you could do a pub crawl on the property, and for someone like me, that's an advantage.
Now, we need to talk about this pub crawl. We've mentioned it on the show a couple
Okay.
of times. Do you have your scorecard handy?
I do.
I figured
Don't
that-
leave home without it.
That you would have this thing mounted and framed at this point.
But
But
I could talk to Eric Harkins about that one.
yeah, for those that don't know, a lot of the people down here decided to go on this pub crawl because there's a ton of different places you can go down here. Okay, and here's Lucchese's scorecard. And if you note down there is 1-3 and all ones. You had to slam that drink down.
So yeah, if you chug the drink, you got a hole-in-one, so to speak. And I got 17 of them.
17.
17. I only won by one stroke. Drew Amato was chasing me the whole time. So in a way, he made me elevate my game, because I knew I thought I chugged the Irish coffee and won. I'm like, okay, this should give me a few stroke advantage. But he came through on it, so I'm like, well, chugging the rest of the way then.
Unbelievable performance on your part. One of the best performances here at Seminole Hard Rock. I have to give you props. I every hole I did, I got a hole in one. I will say that, all four of
Well,
them.
there you go. Now the
The other class this time.
I would say the Wet Willies, basically it's like chugging a Slurpee, was the worst brain freeze I've ever gotten in my life. It was bad. It was painful. We almost lost somebody on that hole just because the initial chug, the coldness almost induced them to puke right there.
Oh, and
They
that
powered through. They took a 1-stroke water penalty, and it really saved their round. So good pub golf strategy, so to speak.
major congratulations to you.
Oh, well, thank you.
So
but
if-
yeah, what other property could you play pub golf than here?
Yeah, you couldn't even
Maybe
do
in
it.
Vegas, but you'd have to go to multiple different properties.
Yeah,
but
yeah. This was just everybody walk
this is
around and get stupid,
self-contained. Yeah.
getting stupid. Well, the Super Bowl. By the way, your reaction to the Super Bowl?
I didn't really want either team to win. I'm a Niners fan, so I don't want the Patriots gaining on the Niners 5 Super Bowls. But at the same time, I don't want Seattle winning out of the NFC West. But then part of me is like, well, I guess the NFC West just continues to look good if they win. But I wanted a good game more than anything, and we got that. So, well, I guess we got that at the end.
Yeah.
But the pub golf really entertained us for the first part of the game, and we finished right before the crazy last 2 minutes. So,
I'm amazed some of
yeah.
you guys were even conscious
yeah,
at that point. There was one man down. We
yeah,
won't mention
we
his
lost
name.
one. We lost one, but the 4 who did the whole course, yeah, it was impressive at the end how well adjusted we were. I guess I'll put it at that point for where we were.
That's the fun you can have down here at Seminole Hard Rock. So if you're not here, I don't know why you wouldn't be here. It's pointless. Just come down here, play. We got the main event and some other great tournaments coming up. Ryan's going to be covering them along with, of course, the legendary Al Canhang and just little old me. You know,
Hey, you're the one with the radio show, though.
I am the one with the radio show. That is a bonus, but you guys are doing an amazing job, and so once again, follow these guys on SHRPO, and we got Twitter at SHRPO #SHRPO.
All right.
Not bad. I'll let
Good
Ryan
stuff.
get back to work.
All right, thank you, sir.
Much going on. We have a massive hand that took place here in the main event already, and we want to hit that one real quick for you. This one, oh my God, and two very familiar faces got involved in this one. Chino Ream and Blake Bond. Are you ready for this one? Queen spade, 8 club, 8 diamond, 10 diamond board, and a 5-way pot. Bond leads out for 1,000. Ream calls. Vendell Johnson raises the 2,500, which could have been one of the worst raises of his life. 2 other players fold. Bond 3 bets to 6,200. Ream calls, and let's see. I think Johnson 4-bet shoves and gets called by Bond and Ream. Bond flips over Jack 9 for a straight. Johnson flips over top boat with a pair of queens. Ream flopped quad 8s. Bond misses the 1-outer, slides the chips, slides his cards in, and Ream takes a huge hand here early, quads over full house over straight. And that may end up just being the sickest hand of the tournament, and day 1 level 2-ish, or level 3. So a pretty wild one there with Chino and Blake Bond going at it there already. Some of your other notables that are here, we'll make sure we say hi to some of these guys. Noah Schwartz in the house, Tim Burt, Chase Steele, Darren Stabinski won a title here last series. Luis Bueno, Tim Miles is here, Russell Dohan, Chris Bullock, Ian Davis, great local player here. Alexander Denisoff, another one from around here. Raymond Ruskowski. We got Michael Grenadier, excuse me. Vinny Pahuja and McCool are both here today. Alan Kessler in the house. He played the Deep Stacks tournament. Jonathan Duhamel's here. Stu Patterson, Barry Hutter, Ryan Van Sanford are all around among many great players in this tournament. Our Royal Flush girls are here, by the way. Kat Kelly and Tukba Erkan are both in the house. They are flying around. Guarantee we'll get them on the show for sure. I mean, Kat even said hi to me before we got started today, so that was good. So pretty exciting stuff there as the World Poker Tour has come to town here at the Seminole Hard Rock. All right, and we're going to step back, take one more break, and we'll keep this rolling with so much more. I know BJ's down there, Mickey Doft hanging around. We'll see who we can grab. Of course, the players are in play at the moment here in the main event, and we'll keep an eye on that as we go along too. So let's take a break, and we'll be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show. Thank you so much for joining us live from the Seminole Hard Rock WPT Lucky Hearts Poker Open here in Hollywood, Florida. Stick around. We'll be right back.
PokerShop.com is your one-stop shop for all your poker and game room needs. PokerShop.com has you covered with an incredible variety of poker chips and supplies, top-quality playing cards, plus gaming tables and room accessories, just like you'd find in your favorite casino. And if you're looking to spruce up your man cave, we offer a wide selection of decor options, from lighting to mirrors and portable bars to bub stools, to make your game room the one all your friends and family will be talking about. So for everything you need to make your game night a great night, go to www.pokershop.com and receive 10% off your purchase with the code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You supply your friends, we supply everything else. Live it, love it. Pokershop.com.
I'm Dutch Boyd, two-time WSOP bracelet winner, and I want to share my story with you. 12 years as a pro has taught me a lot. For the last year, I've boiled it all down into a tell-all book, 90,000 words. In Poker Tilt, I take you on my journey through all the ups and downs that poker has to offer, all the manic highs and hellish lows of every bad beat and lucky draw. So go to www.pokertilt.com to read more, or just go by